Hey guys, sorry it's been a month since I did the last inbox review, but life has just been nuts. It really has. It's been extremely busy at work, and obviously there's been a lot of changes, and obviously we've just got a new manager who just started with us this week, so he's settling in. And yeah, and if it hasn't been that, it's been massive housework at home, and obviously I'm busy with a new relationship as well. So I've had little time for the hobby. And to top it all, I was going to do an inbox review today, and it's of a reissued kit, which I'm pretty pleased about. It's one I've been after for a while since I sold off the old version, because the old version is no longer in production, and to get hold of them is like one of them is like trying to get a needle in the haystack. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and I'll show you what I've got. And this is the reissue of the Itileris Sterling Bomber, the Bomber variant, because basically all they've had in production is obviously the B Mark V glider tug and troop transport, which really, to be honest, doesn't really appeal to me, because it's chiefly the Bomber variant I wanted to have in my stash. As I say, I had the original issue, which was the B Mark 1, which must have been about 8 years ago, I don't know. But unfortunately, that was only in production a short while and then was taken off the market, and the old B Mark 5 was the only one you could get hold of. So you didn't have a Bomber variant other than the old venerable Airfix kit, which also, as far as I know, is out of production at the moment. So here's the suggestion, Airfix, if you're watching this. Let's do a retool of the Sterling. That would be awesome. Anyway, other than that, I couldn't get hold of one, which I was a bit miffed about, because the original one I'd had in my stash I had to sell off as to help finance my move to here when the time came. So yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare. And then after that, they took it out of production and I couldn't get hold of one. So as and when I get up building, I'm going to build this beauty. It's just as beautifully detailed as the original issue, except this is the version that I was really after, which is the B Mark III. Don't ask me why, but I just prefer the B Mark III to the B Mark 1. It just looks beefier. And as we all well know, if anybody is an av geek, this was the first of the 4-engine heavy bombers to enter service in World War II. Hopefully, now what I'm eventually hoping to do is get the whole line of aircraft which were used in Bomber Command during the Bomber Night campaign during the Second World War. That's right from the early days with the old Wellington Mark 1C through to Mark 10, which you can only actually get the B Mark 2 with Airfix now, which is the Merlin engine variant, because the other one's been taken out of production. Because the B Mark 1C, unfortunately, if you want to get hold of one, it's going to cost you a fortune, along with their Whitley Mark 5 bomber version, because you can only actually get the BGR Mark 8, I think it is, the Coast Command variant. Although I should imagine that wouldn't be too hard to convert into a Mark 5, to be honest with you. So yeah, other than that, I still want to get a hold of the Hamden, which unfortunately I sold on. Airfix did do one, but Valon, I think, reboxed it. And it's slightly better on the interior, although you can get an aftermarket detail set. And I'd love to get Airfix's new 172nd Mosquito. I do have the B Mark III Lancaster Dam Buster variant in my stash, so look back on that inbox review. And I want to get a hold of the B Mark III in either Revell or Airfix version, but I'm more sort of geared towards the Airfix version because it's a lot more detailed. So yeah, and obviously you've got the Fortress Mark 5 or 7, I think, which was used as a radar jammer, I think. I'd love to get hold of that. I don't think that's in production anymore. What else? Yeah, well, having said that, with regards to Wellington, there is the Mark 1C, which I think is a rebox of the MPM kit. Although MPM do the Mark 10, as well. And they did do the B Mark II, but to be honest with you, as regards detail, I would prefer the Airfix kit because you've got the full interior and do it as a sort of a cutaway. But anyway, I'm waffling on. And obviously there was the Revell Halifaxes, which was the GR Mark 1, Mark 2 with the Merlin engines, and the B Mark 3 with the Hercules engines. Neither of those are in production, and again you're going to have to pay through the nose to get them on eBay, so I'm hoping they'll reissue those at some stage, and then that should be the whole lot complete, apart from the Fairy Battle, which was produced by Airfix. So there you go. But as I say, I'm glad I got this in. I've had a quick look at it. It's just as beautifully detailed as the original B Mark 1 issue. So yeah, as I say, unfortunately the thing that stopped me is the fact that when I went to come to film this today, the bracket which I hold my phone on to film for you guys is missing, and I've turned the place upside down, left, right and centre. It ain't anywhere. So I'm going to be off air for about another month, I'm afraid. Until I can get a replacement, that's going to be the case, because I don't want to be doing a handheld inbox reviews, because I did that in the early days and that was tricky enough. So yeah, and you don't want it going all over the blooming place like this when I'm trying to open the box up with one hand. So yeah, it's a bit of a bugger. So no, I'm not going to do that. So there you go. Anyway, I'm going to turn around the camera and I'll finish off this video. So there you have it, guys. Little announcement, and obviously what I was going to do an inbox review. But as I say, these Sterlings, I'm not kidding you, they're selling like hotcakes. So grab one while you can. I'm hoping they'll keep it in production a lot longer than they did the B Mark 1. Although I have a feeling, having looked at the sprues, they might reissue the B Mark 1. So we will see. Anyway, I've waffled on for about nearly 8 minutes, so I'm going to finish now because the British Grand Prix is on and this is take 3. Because I kept forgetting to put information in the video for you guys. And as you can see, I'm back to a baby face. Yes, the beard has gone. Reason being is because it was extremely hot and sultry the other weekend and it was just too uncomfortable to keep wearing it, so off it came. And I think the girlfriend's pleased about it as well because she doesn't like beards, bless her. So yeah, there you have it. And as I say, that's obviously taken a bit of my time up. And yeah, what with the housework, that takes a lot of my time up as well. So I don't get a lot of time to myself to devote to the hobby. And obviously building is just out of the question at the moment till as and when I move into a bigger premises and get back on the bench and get building again. So there you go. Anyway, it's gone 8 minutes. It's getting on for 9, so I'm going to finish now. Let you guys enjoy your Sunday afternoon or whatever you're doing. I'm going to go and watch the British Grand Prix or try and catch up with it and get me Sunday lunch on and then just chill because the girlfriend's out with her best friend today. And obviously because I had to work yesterday, I can't get over there. So there you go. Anyway, until next time, stay safe, get kit crazy, keep on those fantastic builds out there that I'm seeing on YouTube and on Facebook. What I shall do in regards to this, I'm going to have taken some shots of the kit itself. I'm going to upload them onto my Stuart Scale Model Facebook page. So anybody who's subscribed to that page, jump on and have a look at the kit yourself and judge for yourself. But it's a beauty. Anyway, until then, get kit crazy, happy modelling, stay safe, and I'll speak to you as and when. Bye for now. Cheers.